Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the chapter 17, reproduction in plants and in animals. Already reproduction in plants taught by Sujitra ma'am. Now remaining portion, reproduction in animals. The previous one class I have explained the structure of male and the female sex organs and also the male sex cell sperm. Now in this class we are going to study about the structure of ovum, puberty, different cycles are there up to the structure of ovum, from the structure of ovum to lactational period of mother. Up to that different titles are there. One by one I am going to explain the different titles. First one is the structure of ovum. If you have any doubt, you can see your book also. With the help of the notes, you write some notes also, important notes also. Take the rough note, pencil, rubber, pen and scale. For the diagrams, you need the pencil also. So first we can study the structure of ovum. Ovum. What is ovum? Ovum is sometimes called as the egg. It is a female sex cell. So the other name of ovum is egg and it is the female sex cell. The structure of ovum. Already we know all the cells are the cytoplasm inside and this cytoplasm is in the middle. We can see the nucleus also. So the nucleus is surrounded by the cytoplasm and the cytoplasm is surrounded by the plasma membrane. Here also the same. Nucleus, this interior side. Here the cytoplasm is also present. Draw the diagram also one time. You can get the practice. So outer area is plasma membrane. And the inner side you can see the nucleus. This nucleus is otherwise called as the germinal vesicle in egg cell. The cytoplasm, not like the other cell cytoplasm, some of the granules, large size spots are also present. Granules, large size granules are present on the cytoplasm. So this cytoplasm is in the egg cell is called as the ooplasm. So ooplasm means cytoplasm of the egg cell. Now this egg cell is surrounded by three different layers also. The outer layer nearer to the plasma membrane, it is attached nearer to the plasma membrane is called as the Vitreous membrane. The outside first layer of this attached towards the plasma membrane is called as the Vitreous membrane, and the second layer that is called as this is the second layer or middle layer. This is called as zona pellucida. The membrane next to the vitreous membrane is called as the zona pellucida. And the third layer that is called as the corona radiata. See, this corona radiata is the outer membrane of this egg cell and it has some projections are there. They are called as the follicles. Follicle cells are present. You can see the outer covering, not like the sperm cell. Some projections, elongated projections are there. These are called as the follicles. So Completely it is surrounded by the follicles. Throughout this structure, we have to draw the follicles also. So third layer has the corona radiata has the follicle cells. It is somewhat thicker than the other two layers. So totally 3 layers are present on the egg cell of female sex cell. First one is the Vitelline membrane, then second one is the zona pellucida, and interior side, outer side, we can see the corona radiata with follicle cells, specialized elongated sperm cells. They are attached with the corona radiata. So 3 layers of membranes surrounding the cytoplasm, that is called as the ooplasm of the cell, and center you can see the nucleus. This nucleus is otherwise known as the germinal vesicle. Here we can write the nucleus only. So structure of ovum, ova. First one, ova. Next puberty. Second one, puberty. What is puberty? When the young ones or the males or females, when the young ones they are converted into matured, that means they are ready for the reproduction. When they are ready for the reproduction, they are attaining the puberty, maturation. That stage is called as the puberty. So maturation. This puberty means they are getting maturation for or matured for the reproduction. They are able to reproduce now. Now for these males, that is the age from 12 to 15, and the females 11 to 13. The age is 12 to 15 for males and 11 to 13 or 15, 16, that is according to the physical condition of the males and females. Sometimes it will extend up to 18, 19, 20. So this puberty attaining age is maximum 12 to 15 in males and 11 to 13 in females. This is not fixed age. Some age differences may be there. So second one is puberty over. Then menstrual cycle. After attaining the puberty, some of the physical changes and the structural changes, extra changes may be there occurring on the physical structure of the males and female. Secondary sexual characters will be appearing on the males and the female. After attaining the puberty, males beard mustache it will grow, and the voice change also may be there. Females also some of the body changes may be there. Now we are going to study about the menstrual cycle. So puberty over. Second, third one is menstrual cycle. After attaining the puberty, it is in females only. Menstrual cycle is in only on females. Discharge of this endometrial blood vessels and it will be coming out through the vagina during this puberty. So menstrual cycle is happening only on the females. After attaining the puberty, this menstrual cycle, when it is starting, that time is known as the menarche. Menarche means starting of initial stage of menstrual cycle. Initial or starting stage or phase of menstrual cycle. So when the menstrual cycle is starting, which age? When the first time the menstrual cycle is starting, that is called as the menarche. And when it is ending, after a particular period, 45, within 45 or 50 years old, when they are getting, these females, this menstrual cycle will be arrested. That stage is called as the menopause. Menopause. The differentiation between what are the differences between the menarche and menopause? Menarche means the starting stage of or starting phase of menstrual cycle. When the first menstrual cycle appears, that is called as the menarche stage. And the menopause stage is the arresting stage, last stage. When it is stopping, that is called as the menopause. So in between this years, this is up to 45 to 50 year age. Here it is starting from 12 or 13, 14, like that. Now nowadays 10, age of 10 also it is starting. From the 12th to 15, 12th to 15, several cycles, menstrual cycles will happen month-wise. In between the first 1 to 28 days, the menstrual cycle starts. So the menstrual cycle time is 1 to 28 days. 1 to 28 days, the menstrual cycle happens in females. There are 4 phases are there in the menstrual cycle. We can see the 4 phases. 4 phases means 4 stages. What are the 4 steps of the menstrual cycle? First one is the menstrual phase. So this phase, it is otherwise called as the destructive phase. One more name is given, destructive phase. This phase prolongs from 1 to 5 days. First day to the initiation day to 5th day. First 5 days. During this time, this menstrual cycle time, destructive phase. This destructive means the blood vessels which are present on the endometrium. Endometrium means internal wall of the uterus. We can see the 3 layers of the uterus. First, already we studied it. First layer, second layer, and the third layer. This third layer, which is present in covering the uterus cavity. Interior side, you can see the uterus cavity. This is called as the endometrium. Interior side, endometrium, and the middle one is myometrium, and the outer one is the perimetrium. See, interior side the endometrium is present. In this interior side endometrium, blood vessels may be present. So these blood vessels are when the fetus formation, after the baby formation, these blood vessels are circulating the blood to the baby. But if there is no zygote formation, otherwise no fertilization happens, means these endometrial blood vessels will break into small pieces and they will be coming out as a blood flow. That's why the destruction of blood vessels happens on the menstrual phase. It is called as the destructive phase. So it is happening from 1 to 5 days. Sometimes according to the body condition of the girls, it will differ. The females, it will differ from, because of the hormonal secretion, stress condition, it will vary from first to 6 days, 7 days or 8 days. Then second phase is follicular phase. During this follicular phase, 1 to 14 days, first to 14 days, during this phase, the follicle cells will be formed. Interior side of the ovum, the follicle cells will be formed, and these follicle cells are surrounding the ovum. Like this, the follicle cells, and interior side, the ovum will be present with the nucleus. So follicle cells are more follicle cells are formed, and the gonadotropic hormone FSH and LH will be secreted more in this phase. That is FSH and the LH. 2 gonadotropic hormones. These both are called as the gonadotropic hormone. Do you know the full form of FSH and the LH? What is FSH? Follicle That is for follicle. S for stimulating. The next for H for hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone. That means it is giving stimulation for the formation or production of follicular cells. Next, LH, luteinizing hormone. L is for luteinizing, H is for hormone. So these both are secreting more on this level and it is inducing the or stimulating the production of follicle cells. So either side of the follicle cells, ovum will be protected. Now third stage. Luteinizing. Luteinizing phase. In this phase, most of the LH hormone will be produced and it is on the 14th day. Only one day, 14th day. Completely it will be only one day only. More secretion of LH hormone, the peak level of LH hormone, luteinizing hormone secretion will happen on this 14th day. Next, last one is the secretory phase. Here estrogen hormone and the progesterone hormones will be secreted more and the cervical fluid is also secreted more after 15th to next 28th day. So totally 4 phases on the menstrual cycle. So after the menstrual cycle, ovum will be released from this follicle cells. This follicle cells with the ovum is called as the Graafian follicle. From the Graafian follicles, this Graafian follicle, from this Graafian follicles, ovum will be released. Already we studied it is surrounded by the Graafian, this follicle cell, follicular phase, Graafian follicle, and the ovum when it is coming out, it is ready for the fertilization. What is fertilization? Fusion of male and female gametes. Next we can pass on to the next stage, that is fertilization. Fourth phase, fertilization. See, in this phase, fusion of male and the female gametes will happen. So fertilization means fusion of male and female gametes. That means sperm and the ovum. Fusion of sperm and the ovum will happen in the fertilization process. So finally we are getting the zygote. Here we go. The zygote will be formed by the byproduct. This fusion of male and female gametes. The male gametes have only one set of chromosomes, that is haploid chromosomes, and the females have the haploid chromosomes. And both will be uniting together to form the zygote. It has a diploid number of chromosomes. That is 2n. Here n. Here n. Next we are getting the zygote with 2 sets of chromosomes. Double set of chromosomes, that is diploid chromosome. Now the zygote formed. Immediately the zygote is undergoing the somatic division. Here meiosis division will happen in the reproductive cells. Meiosis means reduction division, reducing the number of chromosomes. That's why it is called as a reduction division. After the formation of zygote, this zygote is undergoing the mitotic division, that is multiple division. So inside the gametes, before the formation of this zygote, what type of division will take place? Reduction division. The purpose of reduction division is it has to reduce the number of chromosomes. Reduction division. So meiosis. Meiosis will happens here. And after the formation or fusion of these gametes, when we are getting a zygote, inside the zygote we are getting the double layer, this 2n diploid chromosomes. Here immediately the mitotic division will happen. Mitotic division. This mitotic division is multiple division. The number of cells will increase. So multiple division or mitotic division will happens immediately in the zygote. So now for after fertilization we got the zygote. When the zygote forms, immediately the embryo formation, the cell division, this multiple division will follows. So now we are going to pass on to the cleavage and formation of blastula. So up to here completed 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one. We are coming to the fifth one. Cleavage and formation of blastula. Here the cleavage and formation of blastula, when the zygote is formed, immediately the zygote. Imagine this is zygote with the 2n chromosomes. It will undergo the division and the two cells where we are getting after the first division, first mitotic division, multiple division. So one cell will be converted into two. These cells, both the cells are called as the blastomeres. Now these blastomeres undergo several divisions. 2 into 4, then 4 into 8, 8 into 16. When it is reaching to the 16th stage of this division, it is called as the blastula. Here blastula, formation of blastula. When the blastula is formed, it is in the 16th cell division, and with this blastula, all this fertilization will happen on the fallopian tube. You can study in the higher classes this blastulation and everything. Ampulla region, more regions are there in the female sex organ. So in the fallopian tube or oviduct, the long elongated tube which connects the ovary and the uterus, that is fallopian tube. Inside the fallopian tube only this fertilization occurs. The sperm will enter through the vagina, passes through the uterus, and it will reaches to the fallopian tube. So the ovum also will come from the ovary through the fallopian tube. When it is reaching to the fallopian tube, the ovum and the sperm both are fusing together on the fallopian tube. And the cleavage formation also happens inside the fallopian tube. First of all, it will be converted into blastomeres, 2 cells. Then these blastomeres will be converted into 4 cells. Then 4 cells will be converted into 8 cells. Then 8 cells into 16. Now this stage is called as the blastula stage. This is happens because of the multiple division or mitotic division. So the number of mitosis, number of cells are increased now. Now this blastula is taken to the uterus for implantation. Implantation means attaching this blastula or the embryo, the first zygote. It will be implanted inside the uterus. So implantation. Next process is implantation. Sixth process. This implantation means when the blastula is formed, the zygote, half of the zygote is formed, it has to be taken to the uterine wall, and inside this endometrium it is implanted. That process is called as the implantation. So implantation means attachment of this blastula into the uterine wall of endometrium is called as the implantation. Attachment of blastula on the zygote form. Cleavage will be implanted or attached to the interior wall of the uterus or endometrium. It is called as the implantation. Next we can pass on to the gastrulation. After implanting this one, seventh one. Gastrulation. After implanting this one, 3 layers will be formed in the blastula, because we can see the mass of cells interior side of the blastula. Outer layer is made up of tropoblast or epiblast and the hypoblast. Inner side we can see the mass of cells. Mass of cells will be present because number of cells are now increasing by the division of mitosis, multiplication, division. It is a rapid division going on inside this area, and these inner cells are converted into 3 layers. The outer cells, inner mass, these outer cells and the inner cells are present. Tropoblast and the outer inner cells. The cells which are present outside, they are called as the tropoblast. And interior side, you can see the inner mass of cells, that is inner cells. These inner cells, from these inner cells, the outer area which are present, not this tropoblast, the cells among the inner cells which is present on the outer side. So this layer, it will be converted into epiderm or ectoderm. Ectoderm means outer layer. So ectoderm. 3 dermal layers will be formed. Ectoderm. Ectoderm means outer layer. From these cells only our outer body organs will be formed during organogenesis. Next process is organogenesis. Implantation. Now we are studying about that implantation only. Gastrulation. So gastrulation, 3 layers will be formed in the gastrulation stage. 3 layers will be formed because the movement of this organism with the 3 layers is called as the gastrulation stage. So in the gastrulation stage, inner mass of the outer layer cells are converted into ectoderm. The ectoderm organs will be formed. We can study it in the organogenesis. And the inner mass of the cells, they will be forming the mesodermal cells. They will be converted into mesoderm, endoderm. These endodermal cells will be formed or endodermal layer will be formed. So ectodermal layer is formed from the outside of the cells, that is inner cells, not tropoblast. That is a separate division, separate sets of division. Cells, they are present on the outermost region. Below that we can see the mass of cells. In this mass of cells, the outer layer of the cells, during that organogenesis, they will be converted into the ectodermal cells and forms the outer organs. Then inner side is present, that is called as the endoderm. It is also responsible for the production or formation of some internal organs. In between this ectoderm and endoderm, 2 layers are formed. Ectodermal layer and the endodermal layer, both are formed. In between, some of the cells will be left out because some of the cells are mutant. They are not able to join with the ectodermal cells or endodermal cells. They are coming alone and they are forming the third layer, that is in between the endoderm and the ectoderm, that is middle layer, that is called as the mesoderm. So now three layers are formed. What are the three layers? First one is the ectoderm, that is outer layer. Then next one is the mesoderm, that is the middle layer. The third one is the endoderm, that is the inner layer. So three layers are formed now. First one ectoderm, outer layer, that is from the outside innermost cells, and the mesoderm, that is in between the ectoderm and the endoderm. When the germ layer is formed, some of the cells left out and they are forming the another group of layer, that is called as the mesoderm, and the interior side, that is mass of cells, they are forming the one more layer, that is called as endoderm. Now the movement of the three layers, formation of these three layers and the movement of this gastrula towards the uterus, that is called as the gastrulation. So formation of three layers you have to mention here in the gastrulation stage. Next we can pass on to the, so here up to formation of blastula over, implantation over, gastrulation over, then organogenesis. Organogenesis. See, what is the meaning of organs? What are organs present in our body? Head, the neck, and then ears, eyes, nose, everything. They are included the organs. Then genesis means formation or production. Genesis. The meaning of genesis is formation or production. Understand the meaning and study science. That is easy for you. So organogenesis, in this process we know organs will be formed. Already we have studied the ectoderm, endoderm and the mesoderm layers. So from the ectoderm, all the derivatives and epidermal layer will be formed. Epidermal layer, what are the epidermal layers? Outer covering of our body. Epidermal layer includes outer covering of our body. What are the outer covering of present in our body? Skin, nail, hair, everything is included in the outer covering. So from the epidermal layer, outer covering of our body, that means skin, hair, nail, and also the mammary glands are formed from this area. So organogenesis, first one, epidermal layers are formed from the epidermal layers are formed from the ectoderm. Along with that, mammary glands also will be formed. Then second part is mesoderm. Ectoderm, outer covering, mesoderm, middle layer. From the middle layer, what are the organs are formed is bones, connective tissues, muscles, and so you can write bones, muscles, and connective tissues. Connective tissues means the cartilages which are connecting the bones, and urinogenital system. These are not given in the book, so for your understanding I am explaining this one. Urinogenital system means kidney and the gonads. Sex organs also formed from the mesoderm. This is from the mesoderm. And from the endoderm, interior side, the organs which are produced are heart, Alimentary canal. Alimentary canal means digestive system. Alimentary canal and the glands, thyroid glands, parathyroid glands, important glands also produced on this area. So third, so three layers are epidermal layers. From the epidermal layers, different organs are formed. From the mesodermal layers also, some of the connective tissues, bones, muscles and all. Last one, endodermal layers, internal organs are formed. So organogenesis also now over. Now we can move on to the next process. Formation of blastula already over. Now we can form the pregnancy and the ninth one. Pregnancy or gestation. 280 days for the pregnancy, normal pregnancy time. This pregnancy, that means gestation period, not gastration. See the difference between the gastration and the gestation. That is gestation. Totally 280 days. Normal timing or 40 days for the normal pregnancy time. Total number of days are 280 days for the formation of this fertilization. All these processes, starting from the fertilization, cleavage, formation of blastula, implantation, gastration, organogenesis. After the organogenesis, when the formation of baby is fulfilled, that is that time from the formation to fertilization to this organogenesis, this is coming under the pregnancy. So all these processes will be happening for 280 days or 40 days. After the pregnancy, last 10th one is copulation. So 10th one, 9th one is pregnancy, and 10th one is copulation. This copulation is the other term for copulation is childbirth. So during this time, excess amount of oxytocin hormone will be secreted. So the hormone responsible for copulation is oxytocin. Along with that, the hormones progesterone and the estrogen also will be secreted more. During this time, this oxytocin, when it is secreting, it is giving the contraction and relaxation of uterus, because the uterus is, when it is smaller in size, it is able to expand 500 times than the normal position. So when the baby is formed, it will expand. During the childbirth, this oxytocin hormone will give the stimulation for, because the baby has to come out from the uterus through the vagina. So this time, this oxytocin is stimulating the uterine wall, interior wall of the uteri, that is endometrium, and both the perimetrium and the myometrium. 3 layers of this area, uterus or mother's womb, it has to contract and relax to push out the baby outside. For this, oxytocin hormone is giving the stimulation for the uterus to expel the baby out. So along with that, progesterone and the estrogen hormone, both are responsible for the childbirth. Anyway, mostly this oxytocin is responsible. Next, last one, 11th portion is lactation period. This lactation period, after the childbirth, lactation time milk secretion will be more. For that, prolactin hormone will be secreted more by the pituitary gland of females. So prolactin hormone. This prolactin hormone is responsible for the production of milk. More milk will be secreted by the pituitary gland that is responsible for the production of milk in females. So the prolactin and the milk will be secreted. Afterwards, this milk is the food for the fetus. Then this milk, it contains the first secreted milk of this females. It contains the protein rich milk that is called as the colostrum. The colostrum means the first secreted milk by the female mother, females, humans. First milk secreted by females or mothers is called as the colostrum. What is the speciality of this colostrum? This colostrum contains IgA, that is immunoglobulin A, that is an antibody. This antibody is responsible for the destruction of bacteria. When the baby is fed by the mother, along with that some bacterial infection may be there on the digestive system, because first time when it is ingesting the milk, it is very difficult to digest by the baby. Along with that, when the germs or bacteria are invading inside the alimentary canal of this baby, this bacteria will be destructed by the colostrum, IgA, the antibody which is present on the immunoglobulin A, which is present on the colostrum, that is responsible for the prevention of viral infection. That is the first point, colostrum. The second one, it is rich in proteins and less fat content is there. So protein rich milk, and it is containing less fat. So it is a nutritious healthy food. Mother's milk is nutritious healthy food for the infants, newborn babies. So this chapter is over. Now we can pass on to the evaluation part. What are the answers? What are the portions you have learned? You have to write the questions. Take the note and write these questions also. First one. First question. Draw and label the structure of ovum. Here we want to draw a clear diagram of ovum and the three layers, three membranes also. Then phases of menstrual cycle. What are the phases of menstrual cycle? Write the names. The third one, what is implantation? Then fourth question, define parturition. Parturition. Then fifth question, define colostrum. And when you are writing about the colostrum, you have to write the composition of colostrum and the functions of colostrum also. So when you are drawing the diagram, all the three layers of the egg membrane you have to mention properly, and the follicle cells which are covering the outer covering, the corona radiata, and interior side nucleus and cytoplasm. How the nucleus is this phases of menstrual cycle, only that 4 names you have to mention. Then what is implantation, blastula implantation, and endometrium of the uterine wall, that also going to explain. Define parturition, childbirth, because of the hormone, which hormone is responsible for the parturition, that also you have to mention. Then define colostrum, what is colostrum? First of all, milk from the mother, and what is the composition of colostrum, what are the chemicals present on the colostrum, and what is the use of colostrum. That's 3 points you have to mention. Remaining chapter, in the next class I will complete. Thank you.